you were on Eastern time.
Yeah.
I was doing my auction at that time. Man, I'm sorry. God,
That's my fault. That's my fault.
I wanted to meet Ray.
Well, now you're getting to meet him.
The real David Beckham.
You get to read the real David Beckham.
David.
I watch your stuff, Ray. I always enjoy what you do. I listen to you guys' podcasts when I'm riding, so I listen to it on Spotify, or on Apple.
Okay. Sometimes I feel like nobody listens to it, so I'm glad that you're there, and I'm glad that you're telling me that, so I can make sure to upload it on there.
No, dude, please, because I listen to that, and then the After Dark one. I love those.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. So I was just curious though why you didn't get Kevin on the After Dark.
he didn't have enough time. He didn't have enough time to do it.
Because Kevin would be hilarious on the After Dark.
Yeah.
What are the goals of the After Dark, Ray? What are you trying to accomplish with that? I said, what are your goals with the After Dark? What are you trying
the After Dark episode was initially my thought was, and you guys know this, when you record something, everyone always has like a certain way, okay, we're recording. So, like button up your tie and, get real prim and proper and talk right. But the conversations with the guests that we would have after we quit recording were like so much better than when we were recording. So it's like, how can I like continue to like do this and capture those moments? And we still aren't there quite yet because we're still technically recording. But it's kind of like, okay, this is kind of like when you let your hair down and just kind of talk about whatever. And if it gets a little spicy, it gets a little spicy. In this case, like J Ride's episode got real spicy real fast. So it's just a way to get people to kind of let their hair down and just not talk about as much reselling. But if it goes that way, then it's fine. But that was my initial thought. And you guys know when you quit hitting record button, or even before, it's like I feel like those conversations are better than what it is when we're recording. Sometimes, depending on the person, because they'll either be super nervous talking and they're like, "Oh man, I was so nervous," and then you just talk and they take it easy and they actually say the things that you want them to say, or answer the questions that you like all that stuff. So I don't know if you guys have that experience or not.
Oh yeah.
Well, go ahead, sir.
Before we get most of our good material, before Wes ever says, "And welcome to the Finders."
And Stuart said, "Wes, you need to go ahead and hit record as soon as we come on because you're going to miss something." And that's really where, because on all of our podcasts now, we put our bloopers at the front, and that's really where we make a lot of those bloopers going on. And you won't see it during the normal podcast. All those bloopers we just,
and so that was the idea of the After Dark episode. And of course, I was like, well, how can I get double the content out of one interview, if you will? And I'm like, well, let's just record not as long or the same amount of time, but cut it and then have 2 episodes basically. Mm-hmm. So that's where that came from.
It's kind of like what we've done here. We've brought in David Beckham, the real Breeze Flippers here. He's here with us now on this. So here we are, the Finders Flippers After Dark.
Right?
There we go. See, that's you can do it. Yeah.
You definitely want me after dark because I know Johnny.
Yeah.
Poor Johnny.
Man, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I miss Johnny. I love talking to Johnny too, but I'm always happy to fill in. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. I had a good auction tonight. When you said 8:00, I thought, oh man, I hope he didn't mean his 8:00.
I did.
So, anyway,
what kind of auction did you have, David?
I did a Didbit auction tonight for comics. So
comics, did it go well?
I think it went well. I mean, wasn't expecting great things. Last week I did a Didbit auction for progressive bundles where every time somebody bid, I threw up a comic, and I shipped 1 box that was 25 pounds of comics.
Wow.
And I was happy because I got rid of 3 short boxes of comics, which I needed to do because my wife says I need to get rid of 10. So anyway, we're closer. But this tonight I did good. I think I sold about 50, 60 comics. So it's good. I'll do another.
So you're in that whole comic book realm, like. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know like anything about comics, so I would love to like dive deeper into that aspect of.
Did not know anything about comics up to about 2.5 years ago. 3 years is probably about how long I've been in comics. I'll be honest with you, I saw somebody that had them and I saw somebody how much they're making. And I was like, well, those are cool. And I said, I could like comics, right? And I fell in love with the artwork, started there. And then I bought some books. I'll have to show you sometime, but it's like a book. It's little short books, little tiny ones that talks about comics, and it tells you all about it. So I read that and read a bunch of stuff, and I started buying them. My problem was I started buying too many. So I went crazy. I don't do anything halfway. I do everything all the way.
And you're just like me, as you can see.
Yeah, well, exactly. So if you look behind me, you'll see all the graded comics. I've got them all over the walls now. But I love selling comics. I sell those on the Bay, and I sell them on Didbit, and I do very, very well with them. And that in video games, but those are my favorite things to sell. But I basically self-taught myself. I mean, you can learn comics. You just buy a bunch. That's the way to do it. Just buy some, figure out the crap that you got, that's crap, and then figure out the good stuff, And once you start kind of getting into them, you start really learning them. So now I kind of know. I mean, I don't know everything about comics. I have people in my auctions though that do. So I'll call them out and say, "Hey, Jennisville, tell me about this comic," and he'll tell me about the comic, and he'll always have some information about it. So people, they love to help you out on those things. So, but it's fun. Cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I love
there you go, Ray. You could get Dave over on your show.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Are you coming this weekend, or were you Knoxville bound like these guys too? Or?
No, I would love to. I'm down in Pensacola, Florida area, and I would actually. It was on my.
That's
radar.
Not too far.
No, it was on my radar, but my daughter's graduating from Alabama this weekend.
Oh, gotcha.
So I gotta be there.
That's a little more important.
Yeah, so I would love it. I'm gonna try and see if I can plan it for the next time, because you guys are close enough to get to, and I've heard nothing but good things about you guys.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love listening to your podcast. I mean, you guys are fun.
Thanks, man. That means a lot, because sometimes I'm like, I don't even know if anybody's listening, but we have fun doing it. So as long as we have fun, it is what it is. So
it's good. There's not too many podcasts to listen to. These guys and Trash to Cash and you guys, and that's pretty much it. And the Reseller Leftovers, because I'm friends with Mike Death Pile Picker. He's down the road.
Oh, there you go. Oh, he lives down there too, right? Doesn't he live in Florida? Yeah,
he's 15 minutes from me.
There you go. Yeah,
so I go to his house all the time. So
are you through with kids in college now, David?
Oh my gosh! After this weekend, yes. So yeah. So now all we gotta do is get her a job, and then she's off the payroll, and then I'm looking at $1,000, $1,500 a month a raise.
You're nicer. You're nicer than I was. Once they graduated, it was their payroll then. So
well, I wish I could do that. But that's my baby girl, so it's hard.
Ray, do you? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I get it. We actually did help them until they got a job. So,
Ray, do you dabble in Didbit?
I don't. I don't want to spread myself too thin on doing everything. So I'm a Whatnot guy. Whatnot's been good to me. So I just kind of, do that. And I don't know, just eBay and Whatnot is right as of right now.
What do you sell on Whatnot, Ray?
Pretty much anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
but usually it's consumer electronics on Whatnot.
Gotcha. Yeah.
How often are you going live, Ray?
I was going live every week, but the closer it got to meetup time, the less of them I was doing. Yeah. So I haven't done one in like a couple months. So, but that's going to change once this is over, and we're going to get back on the wagon, which I'm not looking forward to it, because out of sight, out of mind kind of situation, and you got to get back on there, have people know that you're on a certain time, and be patient with that. And that's, I think, an issue with the Whatnot is now it's becoming a little oversaturated. So if people don't see you at a certain time, they forget about you. So you'll lose money, if you will, if you don't do it correctly. So,
yeah, I tried the Whatnot, but it's not that I've never said anything bad about it. I really did try, but I didn't do well, and I didn't have a following. So when you have 3, 4, 5 people in there at a time for an auction, it just wasn't working.
It's miserable.
It's horrible, yeah, and it's just a bad feeling. I think I had my brother, another cousin, and 2 other people I didn't know, and that was pretty much it. So I didn't sell anything. My brother was buying stuff just because he felt bad, and I was like, "This is ridiculous." So,
yeah,
but I know people that are doing really well on it, but I mean, I know the guys from Trash to Cash. I mean, somewhat through Mike, and I've talked with them and stuff. So I feel like I kind of feel like they've done a good job at promoting it and helping it. So like my first auction, I had 65 people in there. I mean,
oh wow,
I don't have that kind of following. I have 159 people on YouTube following me. So it's not like
what did you sell in your first auction?
I did media. I did DVDs, Blu-rays, and CDs. But
did you do well? Yeah, that's good.
The first 2 weeks of the auctions, I actually did about $1,100 in 2 weeks. So I sold off a lot of good stuff. But this was stuff I picked up for nothing, so pennies. And that's kind of, so it's really changed the way I'm doing business, to be honest with you. I'm doing 2 to 4 auctions a week now. I'm going to start cards. I'm doing comics and collectibles and media. And we did 2 close auctions, which I'm not a close seller. So we won't do those. We'll do them occasionally. But I don't know. It's like tonight, I had between 8 and 15 people in my auction, but I had 5 buyers, so that's all you needed. So
yep,
all it takes is 2 people who want it.
Yeah, exactly.
So have you had a problem? Like my big challenge with Whatnot is just the constant sourcing you have to do. I mean, it's so much different than any other platform. Where it may take me 2 weeks to sell the same number of stuff I sell in an hour on Whatnot, and the stress it adds of like. I've got, and I only do ephemera and Whatnot now. That's all I do. But I mean, it's just like as soon as the show ends, my stress level just goes up thinking, okay, where am I going to go find all this stuff for the next show? I mean, and I've got enough contacts now. I usually can, but yeah, it's hard to keep rolling that much stuff out the door every week and replay.
Yeah, but every Friday for how many weeks now, Stuart? You've been on there just hitting the show every week, and you've been doing really well. Kind of tell them what you've been selling out there.
I got lucky in that. So I bought this huge lot of postcards, and when I say huge lot, I mean it was probably 20 boxes that were, I don't know how many postcards were in each one, but probably at least a couple of thousand in each box. And then plus there were probably 8 or 10 albums full, and we're talking 90% of the postcards were like 1900 to 1910, and then those albums were full of things like old baseball postcards. Like there was the Chicago White Sox 1916 team. There were tons of Halloween postcards. So I had enough inventory literally for 8 straight weeks. All I did was sell out of those, and I was making $1,200 a show. And it's postcards are the kind of thing, I could have probably gone through and cherry picked out things and sold, made a few more on individual items, but I didn't even look through any of the boxes. I was just pulling stacks out. I was creating 2 stacks on the table, and whoever won got to choose which stack they wanted. And I've had lots that were going for $75 to $100 a lot. But now I'm through all those. So now I'm just back to a regular ephemera. And the bad thing about doing that for that many weeks is you're like, expectations, now if I have a $300 show, I'm like, oh man, man, that was terrible, but I just remember a couple of months ago, I'd have been happy if I did 200. So you got to kind of ground yourself again, but I don't know that I'll ever get lucky and find that good a postcard stash in one place, but I'm still trying.
You do a show every Friday?
Well, I was every Friday to every other Friday. With the wedding and stuff that's been coming up, I think I'm going to do every other Friday. The other thing about Whatnot is, especially like the postcards weren't too hard to prepare because I wasn't curating, I wasn't cataloging anything. It was all just, mystery lots or whatever. But typically I'll curate things, and just the time you spend preparing for a show.
Oh yeah,
it's just I don't know. I can list so many things on the platforms.
Yeah. That's any live show, though. It's like you have to make sure you got all your ducks in a row.
So by going to every other week, it kind of allows me just in my normal listing flow is like I find these postcards. Okay, well I'll put these in the next week's show, and I just kind of will list stuff as I go along rather than having to spend the whole week getting ready for that.
Do you have a consistent time that you run every 2 weeks then?
Yeah, 1:00 p.m.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay. Because that makes a big difference, I think. It's just having people know exactly when you're going to be there. That's what I've been trying to do. Trying to do that as well. But I mean, I could run 2 shows a week for the rest of the year and still have enough comics to do for it.
He's running that retiree hour.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah, if you got no job, you can run that 1 p.m., but I got to run mine at night. So,
well, I have a job. It's just this, but But yeah, hopefully you kind of got in on the ground floor of the Didbit stuff, David, because I know if we were to go on Whatnot right now and look in the comics category, I guarantee there'd be 125 shows going on right now.
Oh,
I mean, all those original Whatnot categories, Pokemon, comics, sports cards, they're all so saturated that it's...
Well, and the problem is they're doing shows like the I've been on them. I've been in there and watched them, and I've done some. I've even bought some stuff from them, where they're doing the mystery things like, okay, you're buying this pack, and the base is $15, and it could be $200, and you're buying all these, and it's just like, I mean, I've gotten a few things, and I've done some stuff, but it's just because I, at that time, had disposable income to throw away. but I won't do those anymore. It's just, you're not getting any value out of them.
I don't think, can you do those anymore? I don't think you can do them anymore.
Yeah, Whatnot really cracked down. I mean, basically for mystery boxes now, you've almost got to show what's in the mystery box before you show it. They kicked some big time sellers off. I mean, people who were making really good money, which I'm glad they did finally, because Whatnot used to have 2 sets of rules. There was one set of rules for people like me, your sellers, and
the big sellers.
Another set of rules for the people who are making a lot of money for them. I mean, those people are like smoking dope on camera and drinking. And, doing
I can imagine. I haven't been on. In all fairness, I haven't been on Whatnot this year. I probably haven't been on since probably maybe October of last year.
They're trying to clean it up, but it's it's still. Some of those categories, there's just so much competition, it's hard to get your foot in the door.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, go ahead. No, I just said I couldn't do it. I mean, I tried doing comics and everything, but you're right. It's just there's so much competition. I don't have enough of following. I mean, on Didbit, I have over 250 people follow me already. So when I go on a show, there's people that come on just because they know who I am and they know they get good deals. So. Like I said, you only need 2 people to buy, but when you have 15 people in there, I get sales. And I honestly, I don't care if I get, if I make a couple $300 a week, in one category, I'm fine. And then I'll move to another category. I'll do a couple others. Like I said, I'm doing cards next week. I'm doing my first card show too. So
what kind of cards are you selling?
Well,
like Marvel cards?
Mostly Marvel and non-sports, but I do have some sports cards. I am trying to learn sports cards. I love college football. That's about it. That's about it.
You need to listen to. I got a buddy of mine. He's got it's called the Hobby Nonsense Podcast.
Okay, all right.
And it's everything. It's like trading cards, everything that's not sports cards.
Oh, cool. All right.
I'll send you a link. I've been on his show a couple times talking about Pokemon. So.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. See, I don't know jack about Pokemon, but I got a bunch of Pokemon to sell because I picked them up. I buy them. I bought a whole lot of Pokemon, and some of them Japanese and all that. They're not worth a ton, but I'll sell big packs of them for whatever.
Yes.
So
that's what I do on my Whatnot auctions. I'll pack them up in lots of 50, like the bulk. Yeah. And I'll sell them for $5 a piece. It's 50 cards, and a mom that's looking to get their kid Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah,
for $5 you get 50 cards.
Yeah,
shoot, all day long.
They'll take it all day long. Yeah,
yeah.
So just mix them up a little bit, trainers and power cards and all that, whatever.
They'll usually they'll get hollows in there for sure. Like I always tell them, and then I'll just count out 50 cards.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a good plan. I think I'll do that for my show too.
If you need any A-team cards,
A-team cards.
I have some of those. I have some of those unopened in the pack still. So yeah, I've got about 1,500 cards.
You need those.
Oh, no,
those are cool.
Those are cool. So, but I'm gonna try cards because I just love cards. I mean, I love all things comics and stuff. So, I think this will be kind of a natural progression for me to kind of try that. But it's just fun. I enjoy selling stuff that I like. I mean, I sell a lot of normal stuff. On eBay, we have just like a normal business. Like apparently all the master stuff I have this week is selling. Got a bunch of stuff I bought at the masters, and so that's selling. But that's I mean that's fun. But I love it when stuff sells. But man, it's nothing like when a $150 comic sells. So
here's you some cards. Check these out. These are mini posters.
Look at that.
Oh, those are cool.
Rocky Blyer. Look here, Mean Joe Green.
My bootflex, the complete set of those cards.
Do you?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I got a ton of these cards. I mean, I'm talking stacked. Jack Lambert.
You sell them on Didbit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking of, well, I'm gonna keep the Steelers one, but everything else is gonna flow right on through.
Mm-hmm.
Several weeks ago, Ray, I sold with Mike Death Pile Picker a couple of times on Didbit, and then I got on there with David. He and we did a show together a couple weeks ago, and now, Dave, you want to tell him the rest about what we're doing?
Well, we're doing another one. I know we're doing our birthday. We're doing the birthday bash sale. That's May the 8th. So I don't remember if it's
on Didbit.
Yeah, on Didbit. Yeah. We apparently, because somehow or another, the good Lord above gave us both the same birth date.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool.
We didn't know that until we met each other. Until we literally met each other, and he said, "Your birthday is when?" And he goes, "You're not gonna believe this. My birthday's then." I'm like, "Oh my god." Okay, May the 8th. Yeah. Anyway,
so he's exactly 3 years older than me to the day. So.
Yep, 3 years older. Yeah, so I'm 47. Anyway,
yes, sure you are.
Yeah, I wish. I wish my knee was 47. Anyway, yeah. So, but we're gonna do that, and I think we're gonna probably do one more somewhere before then. I don't remember what date we picked. I have to look and see what date we picked.
29th or something.
So, Stuart, are you on Didbit too?
I'm actually on Knickknacks on the
Knickknacks. Well, that makes sense. The China and stuff like that. That makes sense.
I don't do any lives on there though. I just do the buy it now, and to be honest, I very rarely sell anything, but occasionally I will. So,
that's the place to be though for the stuff that you sell for the China. And
sure.
I don't do a lot of pop culture stuff, and I think that's mostly what Didbit is, right? It's like more pop culture type stuff.
Well, they got the sub marketplaces that do different
things. Can you sell on Whatnot like we do, David, back and forth? Can you do that?
No, you can't.
No.
That's the only thing I don't like about it.
But only one person can actually have
get the money.
So
yeah.
Well, Didbit, you can go back and forth. It's great.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Yeah. That's what Kevin was explaining to us on when he came on, and I'm like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, the guys at District, they're trying hard to really make this a social platform. I think, and they listen. That's the one good thing about it is like the space between the actual owners and the users it's very narrow, right? So I mean, so they hear everything you ask for. I mean, you can send you send a request and they're immediate. They're on it so fast. They help you out and all this stuff. So I mean, I do love the District platform. I do like it for that. But it's something to be said. I mean, I think you look at Didbit. I think they're at what, I don't know, 13,000, 14,000 people, and then of course Whatnot's probably got millions. So I mean, it's got a long way to grow, but I just think that from the aspect of what they're doing, I kind of like the fact that the people that are building it, at least the internal stores, I don't think they like to call it I don't know, it's not really so much a mall, but I mean, it's like it's really your own platform. I mean, when you think about it, so Didbit is their own entity, but they did just add Tickwitty, which is the stupidest name ever, but I love it. Tickwitty. Tickwitty is where you can sell your home goods and your bougie stuff, that you have like you sell, Stuart, if you really wanted to go do a live. So, but I mean, I haven't.
Ray, you may be on Didbit one of these days selling cartoon stuff.
Hey, I'm not opposed to it, and David knows this through the conversation that we had with Kevin. If I were to do it, I would create my own marketplace and not have anybody else.
Yeah.
If there's an opportunity for me to reap the benefits of everyone else selling,
yeah,
and I just have to be able to do the work and do it.
Right.
And
You're
that's
absolutely right.
the fight where I am right now. Like, do I want to do the work or not do the work? But I think I want to maybe become a seller a little bit, just so, because how am I not going to be a seller first if I'm going to open up a marketplace? So that sounds a little. So
I got to tell you though, it's kind of interesting to see how many people are opening marketplaces that are sellers on Didbit and the Didbit platforms.
I can open up a Pokemon marketplace, and then just by the people in the Nashville area that I buy and sell and trade Pokemon cards,
Right.
I can get all of them to come and.
Yep. I think you could probably do very well with it. The vendor booth that we have, the vendor mall that we're with, she asked me about that the other day. She was like, could you start a marketplace for us to do just the local sales? And I'm like, I don't know how you keep it local, but I guess you could. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of interesting as a thought, but I'm like, I don't want to run it. I don't have time.
Exactly. So it's like, if you want to pay me a salary, I can do it.
But I would run it for myself if I was going to do it, so because, I'd love to do a comic one or, something along that line. But I don't know. Like I said, right now, I don't have time for that. I work full time, 40, 50 hours a week. This is my part-time job and I love it. And, I'm
in the same boat, Dave. I work a full-time job also, so it's like I don't want to spread myself too thin if I want to stay married. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know how that feels.
But that's the last question for you, Ray. Do you ever see yourself going full-time? And if you do, when?
Maybe down the road. I'm 38 years old right now. I don't know. Like I think I could do it. Like, if anything were to happen to where I have a really good job right now, where I have a lot of what am I trying to say? Like, a lot of freedom to do basically whatever. Yes, a lot of flexibility. So, like, for this meetup, it's like, okay, I'm taking, the rest of the week off. It's like, hey, I'm taking the rest of the week off. And they're like, all right, I'll see you on Monday. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like I'm got to put in PTO and they have to approve it and like all this, so it's, until something happens or whatever, I'm sure I could do it, but just having that, I don't know, I would be really stressed out if I were,
I'm sure you have insurance through that job too, don't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go full time till I was 50. What am I? 57 now, so like 53. So, I had gone through a lot of my big savings years already, as far as 401k and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping my early 60s to retire and be done, and just this is my full time. This is what I want to do. So we're shooting for 50K this year, part time. We did.
Oh, that's easy, man. That's easy. No,
we did 30K last year and didn't try. This year we're really shooting.
Yeah, that's easy. You'll probably hit 100K.
So if we can get that, then we can retire my wife, and then she can retire and do this full time, which then opens up a whole world of possibilities for us. So, but it's hard for me to leave my job. I actually like what I do. I'm literally sitting in my office. This is where I work every day. So I don't have to go in. So I mean, I love what I do, and that's a hard thing, but it's not something I want to do forever, but been doing it for 28 years now. So
100K, you would have to sell a little bit under $2,100 a week to hit 100K. I think you could do that.
Yeah, I think I could too. I would do. I got to double that.
That's gross, of course.
I got to double that, but
yeah, that's gross, of course. So
yeah, but it can be done.
Hey, just real quick, we were talking about district, and it's interesting looking at the top 3 marketplaces. So Knickknacks is number 1 with 42,000 members.
Wow. And
then Virtual Antique Marketplace is number 2 with 14,000 members. Then Didbit's number 3, which it's one of the newer ones too. So it's already got 12,000 members.
Yeah, it passed Craigslist.
Didbit's going.
But then you start dropping down from there, like Craigslist Hunter's the fourth biggest marketplace, and then Stacked Golf is below that. And then they go down from there. But it's
still new though, Stuart. I mean, it is really growing, but I mean, it's only growing within the marketplaces that can grow it. I mean, you think about it. There's some in there that are really unique. Like there's a bunch of card break guys, and there's some very like specific marketplaces. But like you were talking about, Ray, I think there's like, I want to say there's like a St. Louis card break group. I mean, what a cool idea. I mean, if you had something you wanted to do, you wouldn't have to do something that was all the time. You could just do something like that and have people just list stuff. Like you said, the local stuff around Nashville. You could do a Nashville Pokemon card break group or something. I mean, it's kind of a neat idea when you think about it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like I said, I don't know how much work it is to run it. I know they have a lot of mods and they have a lot of people that do stuff. It can't be that hard, but I also know it's not easy. So you got to
be willing to do the work.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of specific markets for like Major League Baseball Cardinals on district, Major League Baseball Reds, and they have like 200 members, so they're probably just more like a social thing than any game, I guess.
Like a buying club. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a nice idea, too. I mean, it'd be kind of cool, the idea is kind of just, I was thinking about that for comics. It'd be what a cool place to kind of trade and buy comics from other people. What a nice idea, especially when you're trying to build a collection. It's the one way of doing it. So, so nice idea.
We need to tell Johnny about these plant marketplaces on district. He's always got a ton of plants in the background of our shows.
You just did. He can watch the episode now.
We'll watch it. I also got to tell you, Ray, I love your background, Ray. I love all that stuff.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I did this.
Now, Ray, you're kind of like me. Are you a collector or are you a seller?
Oh my God!
It depends on what it is. Like I get it. Like David was mentioning, whenever I like get into something, I go like 100% and get like really deep in the weeds. And so I get super deep in the weeds to where I start collecting stuff because I can see like the value of things. But I don't know. It's just saying you end up finding things along the way and you just kind of keep stuff, So
it's hard to be a reseller and a collector. I can promise you that.
But here's the good thing: it's like all this stuff at the end of the day is an investment, if you will. Like we know, like down the road, I can sell all this stuff if I don't want it anymore.
Yeah. That's exactly what I tell my wife when I buy $100 comic. I mean,
I have like all these like Lego minifigures that I've collected, and it's like, man, this one's like $100. This one's like $50. It's like easy. And Legos, they just go up over time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like they quit making them and they just go up.
Yeah, I've
Same thing with Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I got some vintage Transformers behind me, and I keep wanting to sell them. And I'm like, I should just put them on eBay. And I'm like, But then I also have the theory of like my comics. I put some of the graded ones. I had the Circle Chase series from Deadpool. They're his first series 1 through 4. They were all graded at 9.6, and I put them on eBay at as high as prices I thought it could sell. Well, the dang thing sold, and I was like, oh. Well, and that's my wife goes, oh my God, are you okay? I'm like, I'll be all right. I sold them because they've been mounted on my wall for so long, and then I sold them, and I was like, you know what? They're just things, and I'm a reseller, so honestly, I mean, they're an investment. I have less money in than what I got for them, and I'm looking for 9.8s now. So I'll probably find some comics and get them graded and get 9.8s and keep them for a while. So it's just that, but there's a fine line between reselling or hoarding and reselling and collecting. I mean, there really is.
I'm pretty close.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way, man. I'm
real close.
So many comics. So
I'm real close.
Anyway.
So Ray, we appreciate you joining us on our first Finders Flippers After Dark.
Oh, I love it. Take the name, please.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you, I love your After Dark stuff. Yeah. So,
but all the best this weekend coming up, Ray.
Yeah, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm excited. Hopefully it doesn't rain. So y'all pray. No rain this weekend.
Pray hard. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Here's hoping. But yeah, we look forward to actually meeting you face to face. I know I've known you for a while on the airways, but never.
Stuart, is this guy like real skinny, real tall?
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
don't even try. You're gonna crook your neck, kind of looking up at him.
Yeah, I met both of them.
Wacky, inflatable, like Gumby.
He's like like the man that.
There you go, Ray. I'm 6'6", 200.
Yeah.
He's like a Gumby floating around.
How tall are you, Ray? How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot on a good day, 5'11".
Oh God.
Wear your Hokas, and that way you'll get 2 extra inches.
Yeah.
If you got a pair of Hokas.
Well, we'll have the cowboy boots on, so I'll be a good. I'll be a good 6 foot.
I got you. You'll be a strong 6 foot. I like it.
Strong. That's right. You put on the roster. You always gotta. Be a little taller, be a little heavier.
That's what you should do, because you know how you do that sports thing where you put people on your games and stuff and put them in the game. You need to do a reseller roster. Go around and get everybody's numbers.
How much do you weigh and how tall?
Yeah, give us your weight.
I really need you to step up on this scale real quick.
Yeah, get your tape measure out.
Ask the world squirrel that one. See how she feels about that.
Yeah. We're gonna need to measure your vertical leap. And
Oh, love it.
Have our own reseller cards.
Yeah.
That would actually be fun. That would be fun.
We did make a Garbage Pail Kid sticker that we're giving away for the podcast.
Oh, that would be
so
cool.
It says, I got to show it to you now.
No,
it's
I got to see that.
It's Garbage Pail Kid, but it says This Week in Reselling, and it says Reseller Scum, and it's got all 4 of us as garbage pail kids. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Talk amongst each other.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Let me see.
Here's the topic. Will Stuart ever come over to Didbit?
No.
I don't sell the right kind of stuff.
Speaking of logos, though, guys, I do love the new logo. You guys did a great job with that.
Well, Stuart did that one.
Nice job, Stuart. And Stuart, you have been doing some Stuart. You've been doing some great stuff with AI. I've been following. Love what you guys have been doing. So,
okay, Wes, if you could allow me to share my screen.
Yes, I got you. Here you go.
Oh, that's awesome! I love it.
So that's going to be a sticker that we're going to be giving away.
Oh, that's great, man.
She's got the red glasses and everything. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I love it.
So I thought that was fun because I like opening up Garbage Pail Kids, and I don't know, they're just fun to open.
They're hilarious. I've got some of those too.
When I interviewed her, she didn't have the red glasses on, and I said, "Hey!" I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "You need to go get your red glasses on. That's your calling card.
Glasses.
You're the Sally Jesse Raphael of reselling. Go get them."
She's great.
It's part of the look. The aesthetic.
It's part of the look. That's right.
That's good. It's good branding.
It's good branding.
Very good branding.
You guys got.
You should always wear a ref shirt, Wes.
I should show up down there with a rep shirt on. Say, all right, everybody, here's what we're going to do.
Correct. Yeah. Like even on the show, you just wear your rep shirt.
You start wearing my rep shirt there. That's not a bad idea. Stur's seen me ref before.
I have.
You do basketball, right, Wes?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's
he came over back in December and saw me officiate over near his house. So.
I can't
Enjoyed
imagine.
my bag of popcorn while I watched you ref.
I'll tell you right now, Stuart can throw back. He can throw down some popcorn.
Oh god!
Just give him a thumbs up. You're doing great.
Yeah. He went from near the front row. He's like on the second row, all the way to the back wall. I guess to give him a little bit more room where he could ease back.
Yeah, man. Dude, those bleachers are not great.
No, they're not.
The funny thing is when I went to see Wes ref, it was because I had to give him some money where I'd consign some Beanie Babies for him, so we had to go.
Hey, that reminds me, Stuart, since we're on the After Dark show, you need to bring that money because you owe me some more cash.
I can't believe you're selling Beanie Babies in your booth.
And the tens of dollars that I owe you, Wes. And
the tens of dollars.
But no, we had to go in the back hallway so nobody would think I was slipping Wes money to throw the game or something.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
You only sell the last one, Stuart?
I think they're gone. I think they're done.
Well, last time we talked, I think you only had one left, so I gave him like 55 or so, Ray. And so he sold them off. Yeah,
it was the best buy he ever made.
I sold them.
Yeah.
So I put them at kid level, and kids come in and get their parents to buy them. So,
Oh my god,
it's all about the eyes. Yeah. So we got about another 55 to go. My 110 Beanie Baby mistake.
We've all
I already
made,
recouped my money back, so it's all
made
good.
more than you paid for them. So
we've all made those mistakes. So,
well, gentlemen, this has been a fun little podcast, the After Dark one. And
yes.
Ray, thank you for joining us over on the other one.
Thank you for having me.
Does that work?
I'm sorry I had technical difficulties.
And I'm sorry
We
I'm
got
late,
through it.
guys. So
That was my
Hey,
fault.
hey,
how
Wes,
did you get those to happen? Did you do that?
maybe
It's
we can,
it's.
Is it only on yours or Apple?
I think it's an Apple thing.
Yeah, because
That's
I can
cool.
do this all day long. It's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
What were you saying?
maybe we should call ours like Finders Flippers Podcast Overtime or something. Since
There you go.
Overtime. I like that.
Overtime.
I like that.
that goes with the ref thing
Finders
there.
Flipper overtime. There you go.
Overtime.
The OT,
I like
baby.
that.
The
Look
OT.
at you, Stuart.
You got two
Goes with the
releases in one
branding.
week.
With
That'll keep us from
Awesome.
having to record an episode for next week because since
That's
we'll
right.
be in Nashville this weekend, we can just split this one as soon as David came on. Overtime started.
Overtime started.
Love it.
We're in overtime.
You got the great David Beckham on there. You got Ray. You got awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe I get 3 more subscribers on my channel.
there we go.
Hey, if we
How
get
often
3
you put
more.
out content?
Huh?
How often you put out content?
Every week, twice a week.
Really?
Yeah, twice a week. So I do a lot of stuff, but I try. I mean, I've been doing it, but honestly, it was because of Wes. He guilted me into making a channel. So I started.
Don't listen to this guy.
Tell him what I told you, David. Tell him what I told you.
Well, no, you just said you gotta hit record. But I mean, I had a lot of stuff to say, and it was just my way of doing it. Now I'm jonesing to find some people to do a podcast with because I'm doing this with this guys every once in a while. I love it. I love these guys, but I'd love to be able to do something on a weekly basis to talk with people. But I've gotten where I'm comfortable on camera, so I don't know. And my stuff isn't great, but it does okay. I mean, I do good. I mean, it's fine. I grow every week, a few people every week. So, and I'm trying to be useful. That's the whole thing with my channel is I'm trying to show people things that I do that help them. As a part-time reseller, I feel like I got something to teach somebody. I mean, heck, I've got a lot. I've been on eBay since 1997. so I've got a few years.
Dave, what do you say you're 3 away from what?
Oh, I'm 1 away from 160.
You got it. You got it. 160. I was the one.
Oh, dude, thank you so much, Ray. That means
We're
a lot.
3 away from 300?
300.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are
We
close.
need 3 we're 3 from 300.
We'll get you there.
And I don't know, Ray, what
You
your
all,
thoughts
please
on
don't.
this. I think this format of podcast, we're not out like showing flips and we're not doing this, and we're basically just 3 talking heads who having a guest occasionally. And I think we do pretty well for that format, but because I've looked at other stations that are similar to ours, and sometimes I get a little bummed and think, man, we should be getting a bigger audience, but I think we're kind of in the ballpark of where these types of podcasts fall. People just have to really like you to watch. I mean, it's because you're not showing up at somebody's house and going to a yard sale or something, but
You get loyal followers,
Even then, it's like I get around like people watching us or not watching us. If you're doing it with people that you enjoy having a conversation with, it doesn't matter because you're just having fun. You're learning from each other. So it's like, I'm going to have a conversation with you regardless. Let's just record it and put it out there so people can listen to it. Why not?
Yeah, it's
Well,
camaraderie. It's just
if Johnny West and I didn't enjoy each other, we would have quit a long time ago because we're now well over a year. I mean, and I think we're going strong and hopefully be doing another couple of years. And we have a lot of fun, and that's the whole reason we do it. If people want to watch,
I'll tell you what, we went through ebbs and flows on our podcast. Like the original name of the podcast was called Interview with a Reseller. And it was just me and my brother-in-law Dustin, and then we did a live show. It was me and Dustin this week in reselling, and then Dustin had to step back because he had another little girl, and now he's a parent of 2 young kids, so he wants to make sure to spend as much time with them as possible. So he had to step back, and we took a long break. And then I kept getting messages of people, hey, are you ever going to do the podcast again? I love enjoying listening to the podcast. I'm like, well, I can't do it live because I want to have my Sunday nights back. So how is this going to work? And I'm like, okay, I can do it this time. Who do I want to do it with? And then I asked Joe and Brendan if they wanted to do it. They were like, of course. And then, Kristen came along, and I think finally we've gotten into like our groove and, doing different things. And I think, again, the After Dark episode and just finally getting in our groove. And we're not at a year of the new rendition of the podcast, but I think, and even then, I think I need to do a better job, making shorts and putting it out there, and just so people see it.
That's hard to
do. It's hard to do. But there is tools that can help you do that. But again, with people like you and I that have full-time jobs and want to be able to do everything, it is hard to do. So I think we're doing good, and I think you guys are doing good too. So just keep it up. Keep it up. Why not? Who cares?
Yeah. It's fun.
As long as you guys like doing it.
Yeah, they have great conversations every week, and I mean it's like old friends just sitting around talking to each other. That's the one thing that I do miss about just doing a single podcast. I mean, not even a podcast; it's just a YouTube channel. That's hard because I'm talking to the camera, but I feel like I'm talking to people. But there's just something about talking to all you guys that makes a real big difference. So I think that's awesome. And like I said, both of your channels, love you guys. You guys are awesome. I listen to you all the time. So.
Our biggest issue, sometimes we have a hard time identifying with Johnny because he's so much younger than us. But
Johnny, he's such a boy. he's so big now. God, that guy's channels, him and his wife. Well, actually, his wife. I got to be honest with you, it's not Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
It's Frizzy.
But they do a great job putting social media. Like they do a good job, and so it's like, of course, that's going to do well because they do a good job. They're working hard at it, and they're gonna, you reap what you sow. So,
yeah, they've done great. They're an inspiration for people trying to start out and do that stuff. So,
well, hopefully, Ray, this weekend you reap what you've sowed for the resellers.
Johnny will be there Thursday. We hope you're feeling better, Johnny.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Can't wait.
David, thanks for coming in for Johnny.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you filling
nice
in.
Meeting you guys. Nice meeting you, Ray. Yeah, nice meeting you.
Sir.
Thank you. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely be checking it out.
I appreciate it. All right, guys.
Thanks again, gentlemen. Y'all have a great evening, and we will talk soon.
Yeah.
Out.